I'm going to play a fine old Scots tune, which I'm very fond of. I've played and recorded it before now, and it's called Pentland Hills. It's by James Oswald, who was a significant 18th century composer who worked eventually at the court of King George III. He lived from 1711 to 1769. And he's written this tune and he's added to it one variation, which is also very attractive. Now, I'm going to play it twice on different violins. The first one is this violin, an interesting walnut colour, unusual colour, and it dates from 2013, so it's only 9 years old. It was made by a highly trained and highly skilled professional maker, Caroline Campbell, who lives in Springfield in Fife, quite near to where I stay. So, without further ado, here is version 1 of Pentland Hills. Pentland Hills version 1. Now, I have a small collection of violins which are nice to play. I don't know how many I have, I don't count them. I think probably about 10. And what I'm going to do now is play the same tune, exactly the same thing, on a very, very different instrument. This instrument, well, I'll show you it. This instrument is old. It dates from 1854. Like the first one, it's Scottish. However, this is made by an amateur maker, a local man, living in the borders of Scotland. He's got old boxwood pegs. And I bought it on eBay for a very small sum of money, I think probably 20 years ago. It was in poor condition, but it looked interesting to me. I gave it eventually to a friend, Tommy Wallace of Kirkcaldy, a very skilled man, who, after a period of time, renovated it. Now, let me show you. I have photographs here. This is the inside of that violin. When Tommy took it to bits, as he had to do to mend it, that's the inside. At the back, and the ribs, and the fingerboard. And when he opened it up, he discovered this most interestingly. It's a bit blurred, and you may not be able to read it. But at the bottom of the violin were, in nice handwriting, were these words: J. Keith, Kelso, 1854. February 1854, February 1854. So this violin was made by somebody who's not listed as a violin maker, no record of him, called J. Keith, lived in Kelso, and obviously he made perhaps some violins for local people to play. Well, once it was renovated and restored and in a playable condition, getting the bow. Once it was playable again, it turned out to be a very nice instrument to play, and its sound is quite different from the first one, which is what I like. I like violins which have different voices, and I like playing between them. So here is the same tune, Pentland Hills, by James Oswald, played on Mr. J. Keith's violin from Kelso all those years ago, as restored by Tommy Wallace. Both are wonderful to play. Both are lovely to play. It's a pleasure to play them both. But more of a pleasure to play the two of them and find out how differently they make that tune sound. I don't know how obvious it is to people watching the video, but to me, hearing the violin under the ear, so to speak, there's a big difference. Anyway, that's it.